Okay, ladies. So will try to finish the knowledge part of Unit 3. We will speak about the person. Okay, sorry. I'll share it now with you. Okay. So we are still in Unit 3, and we will try to finish the knowledge part of Unit 3. We will speak about the personal information, confidentiality, and disclosure. We will focus about which information that a customer might share with a hotel and which information that hotel have to delete it from their systems when the guest is gone, and when which information hotel have the right to keep it for their use. So this is basically for today lesson. um, Customer protection legislation. So we are still in the legislation and regulation. There is the trending standard, enforcement of consumer right, ethics in selling and reporting. By the end of this lesson, you will have knowledge of which information must be stored in relation to guest purchases and financial data in hotel, and which information you have to pass it to another authorities, and which one supposed to be kept confidential and stored in a safe place. As hotel have to store a lot of information about the customer, like his name, personal information like the name, his contact details including email, phone number, address, copy of passport, his credit details, either the debit or the credit card, how many days he stayed in, and the names of his occupants who joined him on the room, and also the purchases he did in the hotel. So as a hotel, you have to store all this information to process the payment, or to send it to the legal authorities to make sure, for example, no criminal have been stayed in the hotel. Um, in which way we have to use the data by the guest as a hotel? As a hotel, you already collect the name, the purchases, what type of services the guest made while his stay in the hotel. So you need some of this information to make the payment when the guest needs to leave the hotel. So to take payment at the end of guest stay, usually you will use the information of his debit or credit card. But when he leaves the hotel, then all this information regarding the credit and debit card must be deleted, as there is no need to keep it in the future. Also, some of this information is used to create reports for by the property management operating system, like the bill, creating the bill for the customer, like the analysis of the type of payment. Most of customers pay by cash or pay by card, but not the card details. Also, you can create a report regard which services that are most required by the guest, and what is the rush time of the hotel. So you can create different report by using the information taken from the guest. Information from reports usually useful for planning purposes and recognizing trends. So by using this information and reports, hotel can understand when they have to increase the number of employees, when they have to plan for the empty rooms. Information, if only kept, it is going to be used again. So usually the information still in the system, the information that's need to be used to create reports in the future. Storage of personal information. Would you like other people or other businesses to have access to your personal details, including bank details? Give reason for your answer. So think of yourself if you traveling somewhere and you provide your passport copy, your name, your home address, your telephone number, who join you in the room, and then you leave the hotel. What do you think about your information that's still with the hotel? Would you uh, mind to have your information in the hotel property management system, or it's fine for you? What's your opinion? Would you mind to have your information stored on hotel system, or that's fine for you? So some of you have no problem keeping their data with other hotels. But what about your bank details, for example, your bank card, your passport copy, your identity? Do you think it's okay to have this information? Okay, so I think you are not mind to have your passport copy or identity with other authorities or hotels. Actually, if you give your information, your personal details to someone, it's supposed to be used in a professional way and kept confidential. Confidential means no one have the right, either from the employees of the hotels or anyone, to release your information to other parties unless they are government authorities. All the information by the people must not be disclosed to any other parties. I think you already received a lot of calls or emails. They already know your email, but you don't know them. And you ask yourself from where they got my information, from where they know my name, from where they know my phone number. You actually release this information to one place, either a shop, either a hotel. Then this place wasn't dealing with your information in confidential way and share your information with other parties. So, for example, you buy something from a shop and you give them your phone number. They already know your name, so they share your phone number and name to a salesman, for example, and they contact you. The salesman contact you later to try to sell you another thing. This is type of the releasing of the information by law. In Saudi Arabia, the Saudi legislation all follow the Sharia law, the Islamic law. Islamic religion law basically set to Quran and Sunnah. So all the legislation in the country must follow Al Quran and Sunnah. According to Saudi law, ownership, capital, and labor are essential element in Saudi Arabia economy and society. So people, the main power, is the main elements or the essential elements in the country economy. Um, they are protected by personal right that perform a social function in accordance with Islamic Sharia law. So all the informations of the people, it must be kept in a secure way. They have the right to use it to create trends and reports for the telegraphic, for the postal, for the telephone, and other means of communication. But all types of communication, it must be safe. So if you are making a phone call, you don't want someone to listen to your conversation. If you're sending an email, you don't want someone to see what you have right there in the email. So you deal usually with a confidential way of releasing your information or listening to what are you saying. Uh, In the absence of any relevant legislation, the court will apply Sharia law concepts. So, if we are in a case that no law regard one of the points, then all the matters needs to be back to Sharia law, which is a state that individual will be compensated if he suffers loss as a result of the disclosure of his personal information by another parties. This means if you visiting a hotel or if you visiting a shop and or just staying in a coffee shop and someone come and take a picture of you, then you can claim he is breaking your freedom, and he already broke the law by using your image in something that you don't know what is it, or an advertisement, or even if you are staying in the hotel and they take a video for you and just see it between them, this is also broken the law. Personal data obtained from consumer like debit credit card details must be obtained only for the payment purpose. After that, it must be kept unconfidential. Um, so we use the information for the card, the bank card, only to make the payment and to check the financial situation of the shoppers or the customers and their ability to pay the amount of their stay. Specific rules for the tourism industry, we have um must be collected from license. This information will be shared with other relevant ministries. So we can share as hotel the information of the guest only for the legal authorities, the other ministries. For example, as some hotels they have to pass the information of their residents to police, for example, to check if there is anyone running from the law staying in their property. So, for example, they have to pass the information to Ministry of Interior, and usually for criminal issues. Okay, so by the end of this lesson, you have to understand which information must be stored related to the purchases and the financial data, and also which information must be passed to another party like Ministry of Interior, and which one must be kept confidential. Okay.